God, that's a good one. That's a good one, Nate.
You in that?
Yeah, yeah.
I got it.
This is a good one.
Yeah, I've had some frustrating moments in the last week, but don't feel too bad for me. I've caught some fish, I've had some fun, and things are on an upswing. I'm recovering from some hurt feelings, but don't feel too bad for me. So with that, let's take a look at a few pictures that anglers have sent in. Anglers that have actually landed some big fish have sent in the last week. We'll take a look at those pictures, then we'll get right into the report. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. You're watching In Deep on the Delta. This is the weekly fishing report for June 18th, 2026. And things here on the Delta are starting to perk up a little bit. We're having more consistent weather. The fishing is more consistent. Weights, tournament weights, you know, the winning weights are not off the charts, but it's been taking 20 to 25 pounds to win a tournament. But the real telltale sign that things are starting to pick up out here is the anglers, what they're picking up in the mid-pack. Down there in 20th place, 25th, 30th place. Everyone's getting that 12, 13, 14, 15 pound limit. Not a winning tournament, maybe not enough to cash a check, but plenty enough to have a good time out here. And that's what it's all about, coming out, having fun. And that's getting more and more of the pattern here on the Delta, and pretty much everywhere from Clear Lake to Don Pedro. We'll have all that information. I will have a special guest. Dave King's going to be with me today, and he'll let you know what the NorCal Bass Club tournament did last week and what he's been doing, and talk a little bit about his new tackle shop. You know, I'd like to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. That was it was a bunch of different tackle packs from local bait makers, mostly plastics, but the winner for last week's tackle pack is John Lewis. John Lewis, if you're out there, give me a holler at S Cooper, that's SCOOPER 9561032 at gmail.com. Give me your contact information. We'll talk, and I'll make sure we got a way to get those baits to you. With that, let's talk about this week's raffle. It's going to be another bait package, and I think this is going to be the last raffle celebrating the 15,000 subscriber count that we just came up with about a month ago. And I want to just thank everybody for the support, especially in this last month. I've been extremely busy with everybody sending emails and just sending me best wishes and things like that. Thanks so much. It feels really nice when I get those, even though I can't respond to every one of them. I just want to say I appreciate all you guys for watching In Deep on the Delta, and it's really become a great hobby for me. So with that, next week's tackle package is coming to you from River to Sea. River to Sea has supported me for many years. And they have been especially supportive when it comes to helping me out when I go around to the local youth clubs and talk to the young anglers. They've always provided me with a lot of tackle to bring over there to give out to the young guys. So Andy and Simon out at River to Sea, big shout out to you guys, not only for supporting me, but for supporting the local youth teams all throughout the Central California area. So what are we going to have? Well, we're going to have a couple of frogs. We got a bullywog and what is this, a bullywog and a fat daddy. These are going to be in the tackle package. We've got a biggie in the Delta color. We've got a small rover, and these are all in one package. We've got a bait that you probably haven't seen from River to Sea a whole lot, the Trigger Trout 190. This bait didn't really take off, but it is an excellent bait when you're throwing HUD type baits. So that's going to be in the package. There's going to be some hooks, the PT hooks. There's going to be a package of rig walkers, and we're also going to have a white with a what color is this? Yeah, well, it's a white spinner bait, and this is the bling. All of these are great baits for the Delta, and these will be in next week's tackle package. And remember, all you have to do is leave a comment, so I have your information, and if you've left a comment in the last 3 or 4 weeks, you are already in the SKU for next week's drawing. So with that, let's get right into the gosh darn report. We're going to talk about Clear Lake. I was not able to talk to Dave this week out at Clear Lake Outdoors, but I talked to his wife. Dave is out salmon fishing, whatever the heck that means. He's not at Clear Lake. But Dave's wife said good early morning AM and PM topwater bite. PM has been better than the AM. After that, you're going to have to run with the jig, one of these Koike baits. And by the way, for those of you who may be having trouble picking up some of these, whatever we want to call them, the Koike baits or the dice baits, whatever you call them, they've got a good supply out at Clear Lake Outdoors. You can give them a call, stop in the shop, or they can also ship to you. But anyhow, after the AM/PM bite dies, you got chatterbaits, Carolina rigs, robo worms. They're saying that there has been warm weather up there, so there's been an algae bloom. The lake is not looking in great shape, but it's still fishing pretty darn good. Water temperatures are around mid-70s, and they're probably going to continue to rise. So you guys that fish Clear Lake know that you have to deal with the algae blooms this time of year. You go up there, you do a little extra clean off at the end of the day in your boat, and it's no big deal. You're probably going to run into less traffic up there, and you're going to catch just as many fish. If you need to call Clear Lake Outdoors, give them a call at 707-994-4399. They'll give you up-to-date information on what's happening on the lake, and let you know what's going on up there. I also talked to Aaron Jones from Central Valley Bait and Tackle out in Modesto. We talked about Don Pedro, and his report for Don Pedro, it was fair to good, but more on the good side. There are some topwater bites going on early in the morning, late in the evening a little bit, but for the remainder of the day, you're going to have to go down a little deeper. Two things that are going on. You have a shallow bite that's going on from about 5 to about 20 feet, and that is a reaction bite. All these fish in that zone are chasing shad cruisers, so anything that looks like a shad, chatterbaits, Aaron said jerkbaits were doing very well. That is a productive bite. If you can't get that bite going, and for the bigger fish, you might want to go a little deeper down out to about 25 to 40 feet. The best bite that you're going to find, or the best tactic out there, would be throwing a jig. He also says that people are throwing worms out there, they're throwing Carolina rigs, but you got to get down deeper, you got to fish slower in the middle of the day. He also said if you are a big bait guy, you want to fish glide baits, and you're willing to put in your time, you're probably going to be able to pick up about 2 to 3 bites a day, and those are going to be big fish in that 5, 6, maybe 7 pound class. If you want some up-to-date information from Central Valley Bait and Tackle, you can call Aaron at 209-404-4138. With that, what the heck is going on out here on the California Delta? Let's talk about what this river looks like right now. We're finding 75 to 78 degree water temps, and as the weather gets a little warmer, those temperatures are probably going to kick up 77 to 80 degrees. Water temperatures are warming up. It's that time of year. It's post-spawn for most of the fish. There are a few fish out there still spawning. I've seen a lot of the pictures that have coming in. You're still seeing a lot of bloody tails, so there are still fish out there spawning, but most of the fish have spawned. There's a lot of fry garters out there. There's a lot of big fish that are in that 7-pound class that should be 9 pounds. I've seen some pictures of fish that are this long with the head this big and the body looks like a snake. Those fish are going to continue to or start to put on weight, and we're going to see some bigger fish coming out. Things are starting to pick up, and you know what? I told you we had a special guest, so let's turn it over to Dave King. He's got some information for you. We'll let Dave tell you what he's been doing, and then we'll get back to the reports. Take it away, Dave. All right, I got Dave King as a special guest today. Dave and I have known each other for several years. For those of you who don't know Dave, Dave is the tournament director for NorCal Bass Club. You guys have seen their tournament schedule. He's also the proprietor of the Bass Hideout, one of the newest tackle shops here on the Delta out here at Paradise Point. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, but Dave's going to give you an idea of what's been going on in the past week. You guys had a tournament Saturday.
Correct.
How'd that go? I know Big Bag won it.
Yeah, it was 26 boats total, with myself included. Our big fish was a 908 or 9. I'm sorry, a 912. Big bag was 2408. There was a 21-pound bag for second and a 20-pound bag for third. Everybody weighed in, which was cool. All the boats weighed in.
Were they all 5 fish limits?
Most of them. I think there was like 1 or 2 boats that didn't have a full limit, but most of the boats had a full limit. The average weights were probably between 8 and 11 pounds, right around there. It took 14 and some change to cash a check. We had 5 pay spots. Other than that, it was a good turnout.
It's a Delta day. I mean, it's been an odd year this year. What were people fishing?
I know there was some. I personally was throwing spinner baits with the wind. Anytime there's wind or any kind of ripple on the water, I constantly go to either a chatterbait or a spinner bait. My preference over the two is a spinner bait, but I know a lot of guys throw the chatter. My partner was catching them, dragging Senkos and just kind of flipping brush hogs around and picking up the loose ends on the stuff that weren't hitting the reaction that I was throwing.
I've seen you've had a couple big fish in the last couple days. How'd you pick those up, or do you care to talk about it?
Yeah, I've been mainly catching a lot of fish on frogs. Today I decided to pick up a Senko, and for no reason whatsoever, and I flipped out and I caught a 7.6 today. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And then for the month of June, I did a post on our social media. So it's Men's Mental Health this month.
Right.
And so I did a post. I'm not a guide by any means, but I do have a boat and I have the means to take people out fishing. And so I said if anybody wanted to reach out and, go out fishing, that was an option that I could do if we can set up a day on a free day. So yesterday I was able to take a guy out. Today I took a couple guys out. I got another guy on Thursday. And so we're just trying to make people's day better. If it's just out coming and fishing or going for a boat ride or, letting the wind blow your mullet back.
And are you still offering that?
Yeah, I have like maybe a couple days left at the end of the month. And if you want to get like on a waiting list or something like that, or somebody backs out or can't make it, I could shoot you a text, and it might be kind of a last minute thing, but I can have somebody on a waiting list. I don't mind.
Give them your number, Dave.
So my shop line is 209-443-0418, and my cell phone is area code 415-341-3775, and you can call or text either one of those numbers.
And when you talk about your shop, you're talking about
the NorCal Bass Hideout.
The Hideout.
Yeah, that's our tackle shop that we have open over here at Paradise Point. Just little bit away from the point that we're standing on right now. I'm mainly open on the weekends. I am by myself, so, and I have my son, you know, on the weekends sometimes, so I can't be here, you know, all the time, you know, like I'd want to, but I try to get here as much as I can. And with the shop line, you guys can always shoot a text or shoot me a message and say, hey, you know, you're around, can I come by, pick some stuff up? And I'll be able to either pass by or meet you or whatever.
And give that shop number one more time.
It's 209-443-0418, and you can call or text, either way.
So you guys, you have that number. Call Dave if you have any questions on the NorCal Bass Club tournament circuit, or if you want to see what he has in the shop. I know you're out there a lot. Sometimes you may be out there. Somebody can make a special arrangement. Hey, I'm going to be out there Tuesday. If you're
I'll
out
swing
there,
by, and I can swing by. Or if I'm out fishing, I can, you know, I'm usually fishing fairly close to the marina, so you know, I can meet you over here in 10 minutes or whatever, and open it up and get you whatever you need. And
you can always call Dave, and he'll give you an up-to-date fishing report. All right. Well, good luck with the shop. Good luck with the NorCal Bass Tournament circuit. You guys still have a few days.
Yeah, we have one. Our next two is 6 hours. So the next one will be in July is a 6-hour event, and then August is a 6-hour event, and then a couple more to September and October, and then that's it.
All right, I'll let you get back to your job, and I will return back to the regularly scheduled program. Thanks, Dave.
See you guys.
I want to thank Dave for taking a few minutes out of his busy day to come out and chat with me and give you guys an idea of what he's been doing, what's been going on out here. Now remember, his tackle shop, the Hideout, is just across the launch ramp from Paradise Point. So if you're out there, you just go down the road about 100 yards, take a left into the parking lot, and you'll find his shop in there. And support your local bait guys, whether it's Dave, whether it's Rob, Clear Lake Outdoors, Central Valley Bait and Tackle. Support your local tackle shops. So what have I been seeing? And boy, my take right now is, it's just not my take, it's everybody's take. I've talked to Rob Cloutier from out at the Bass Hole. I've talked to Joe from Core Fishing, he's been out. I talked to Christian, he's starting to fish out here. And everybody is pretty much saying the same thing. We all are catching fish, but we all want more. This is the time of the year where you're just going to have to put up with a lot of small fish. The tactics, obviously there's a good morning bite out here, AM bite. For me, the evening bite has been better than the AM bite. I am throwing pretty much every type of topwater bait you can think of. Bubble walkers are working, poppers are working, Ricos are working, frogs are working, walking baits, whether it's a spook or a rover. These rovers have been really one of my top producing baits in the last couple of weeks. I am throwing some rats, the sack pig rat that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. That's producing fish. Everything seems to be, you know, there's not one particular bait for the AM or PM. You have to have 4 or 5 rods on. If the wind's blowing, throw a faster moving bait. If you go around the corner and it's protected and it's flat, you're going to want to throw a smaller popper, something a little less, with a little less animation to it. So that's the AM and the PM bite. As far as midday, chatterbaits are probably the #1 producer, chatterbaits and worms. I can give you a clear message when it comes to where you want to start fishing. The 3 spots that I would suggest fishing, for sure, you want to fish wind-blown points. Tule Islands with wind-blown points. These are the places that get more water movement. That water movement is congregating the bigger fish. That's the first place you want to fish. The other thing that you want to fish are the smaller islands. And this is a tip that I don't talk about a lot, but this is a tip you can take as you're driving around the Delta. When I say smaller Tule Islands, we're talking about Tule Islands that are the size of a Volkswagen to the size of maybe a school bus. Why are these small islands important? Because when you see small, shrinking islands, that's telling you that there's a lot of current. Those islands will tend to erode quicker than the large islands, because once that large island starts getting cuts in it and water starts flowing through, it starts eroding, and that big island breaks into smaller islands, and the smaller islands break down into smaller islands, and pretty soon there are no islands. So when you see that island the size of a Volkswagen. You know that 3 or 4 years ago, that island was much bigger. There's going to be a point, there's going to be a flat somewhere on it, there's going to be a deep water side, there's going to be flat on the other side. Stop at that small Volkswagen size island, throw a rover across one end, a rover across the other, maybe a chatterbait or a worm, and make 3 or 4 casts and get out of there. If the fish are there, they're going to eat it. When you go to those islands that are the size of a school bus, obviously you want to throw a topwater across the points, maybe a drop shot, maybe a chatterbait. 10-15 casts, work around it real quick, and those have been hot spots. I talked about the big islands that have breaks in them. Well, guess what? When those breaks are starting to come through the island, those are a very good place to fish because why? They have moving water. The other thing that you'll find on the dominant side where that water moves through any of those places that are the islands that we're talking about, there's going to be a shallow side of the island, there's going to be a deep side to the island. Fish that deep side in 6 or 8 feet of water. So those are the places you want to fish. Along with breaks in flooded islands. You go out to Mildred, you go out to Frank's Track where it has all these breaks where the water's moving. That's the first place you want to fish, or one of the places you want to fish. You want to fish small islands. You want to fish points that have moving water and wind. If you concentrate on those areas with worms, chatterbaits, topwaters, if there's punch water in there or frog water, you definitely want to throw a punch rig or a frog. But that's basically what's going to happen. I think that's going to be what's going to happen for the rest of the summer. I'm hoping that the frog bite continues to get better, and I'm hoping that the punch bite continues to get better. But for right now, worms, chatterbaits, and I'll say rovers, that's your number one, or your 3 baits that you want to be throwing. So with that, go out there, let me know how you guys do, have fun. Be prepared to float through a lot of small fish before you get a bigger one, and if you're looking for a great big one, prepare to float through a whole lot of fish before you get that great big one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Be safe out there. There's a lot of traffic. Good luck.